Hello and welcome to Nowhere. My name is Trish and I am the creator behind Nowhere Novelties. I love the versatility of transparent vinyl and I actually have a lot in my inventory. So I decided to use this gorgeous transparent kind of paisley flower design over a soft pastel ombre, and I think it turned out really beautiful. If you're ready, let's strap in and shoot for the stars. I am starting off with a 14-ounce skinny tumbler from Maker Flow Crafts. And I'm going to be using a bunch of glitters from Glitter Heart Company. Now, my initial thought process, what I thought I was going for was like a rainbow. So I started off with this What the Flock soft pastel pink glitter here on this top rim. So I applied that first, and like I said, I had rainbow in my brain, and I was gonna go from pink to like orange, yellow, teal to light blue. So here I'm applying that light blue to the bottom rim. My sister was at my house and she was just like, oh, but it would look so pretty if you did like spring colors instead of like a rainbow. So I found a lavender in my inventory as well, and I kind of changed up the ombre and eliminated the yellow. So now I'm using that like peachish coral color on the top rim first and going over the light blue that I did initially with that teal on the bottom rim. And then I'm going to softly ombre in the light pink and the light blue into the lavender. And look, before I added the lavender in the middle, tell me this doesn't look like a perfect watermelon cup. Like if you wanted a watermelon cup, please use these 4 colors that I used initially before I added the lavender, because it totally looks like a watermelon. But I did add in the lavender in that center section and just very softly let it sprinkle kind of to the top rim into like the soft pink, and then as well just let it sprinkle a little bit down into that lightest blue. After epoxying until smooth, I was ready to go in with this beautiful Alyssa's Flowers transparent vinyl from Banff, of course. And I was going to determine like how much I needed, how much of a strip. So I just measured the height of my cup, which was about 5 inches. So I did take off a 5-inch strip off of the full sheet, and again applied it just like a full wrap. So I started with an anchor point, took off about 1 inch off of that one side. And the awesome thing about these full wraps is if you don't get it right on the first try, you can kind of peel it off and start again, which is what I did here. You know, make sure I'm getting it lined up nice and straight with that rim of the cup, so I have the same, you know, amount of space along the top rim. And then once you get your anchor point in the right spot, you're going to push the backing off nice and slow, working, smoothing the vinyl out from top to bottom. And then once you get to your seam, you're going to take off your excess with your little craft knife right down that seam. Now, I knew this design wasn't going to necessarily lend to like a perfect transition point, but that's okay because it's a very busy pattern. And honestly, when you like spin the cup around, you can't really tell where one side ends and the other side begins. So I didn't necessarily want to leave the bottom of the cup blank. So I took the last probably, I don't know, like 2 inches of the kind of excess that I took off when I was cutting off that seam. And I laid that strip on the very bottom of the cup, kind of concentrating the like the bulk of the design in the whole like center portion of the bottom of the cup. And then I'm taking off the excess in a nice circular motion. They do make a tool that actually cuts circles out of vinyl. Maybe I should have used it here. I don't have one, but I guess I could invest in one, just like my rim cutter. And then I took, just to fill in the, the last little semicircles on the sides here, I took the excess pieces that I had just trimmed off and lined up the design as best I could. It actually ended up working pretty well here on this side, and just created a circle. It's not perfect, but it worked enough, and you can't really tell that I kind of Frankensteined the vinyl together in these spots. And I think it looks really well. It finishes the cup off to have a little bit of that vinyl on the bottom. And then I used some Arteza super opal shifty vinyl and added that to the top and bottom rim. I wanted it to like finish off like the pastel look of the cup rather than just leaving the kind of raw vinyl without any finishing touches. So I think it looked nice to add like these pinstripes on the top and bottom. I think it pulls everything together. Now I sealed these pinstripes with a little bit of polyacrylic to make sure they did not lift, because this bottom one was very close to like the curvature of the actual bottom rim of the cup. So I didn't want it to lift up with the epoxy. So I sealed with polyacrylic, allowed the polyacrylic to dry, and then did 2 final coats of epoxy, and this beautiful cup is finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like and follow for more. See y'all next time. Bye-bye now.